Naranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayam Vishnupad Parahamsa Parivrajakacharya Ashtatrasata Srimadesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी ललिता विशाखा की श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण की श्री श्री गौर निताई की श्रील प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 8. Lord Krishna shows the universal form. Text number 43. Itham Vidita Tattvayam Gopikayam Saha Ishvaraha Vaishnavim Vyatanot Maya Putrasnehamayim Vibhuhu Itham Vidita Tattvayam Gopikayam Sa Ishvaraha Vaishnavim Vyatanonmaya Putrasnehamayim Vibhuhu Itham Vidita Tattvaya Gopikayam Sa Ishvaraha Vaishnavim Vyatanonmaya Putrasnehamayim Vibhuhu Itham Vidita Tattvaya Gopikayam Sa Ishvaraha Vaishnavim Vyatanonmaya Putrasnehamayim Vibhuhu. Mataji's? Itham, in this way, Vidita Tattvayam, when she understood the truth of everything philosophically. Gopikayam, unto Mother Yashoda. Saha, the Supreme Lord. Ishvaraha, the Supreme Controller. Vaishnavim, Vishnumaya, or Yogamaya. Vyatanot, expanded. Mayam, Yogamaya. Putra Snehamayim, very much attached because of maternal affection for her son. Vibhuhu, the Supreme Lord. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Mother Yashoda, by the grace of the Lord, could understand the real truth. But then again, the Supreme Master, by the influence of the internal potency, Yogamaya, inspired her to become absorbed in intense maternal affection for her son. Purport. Although Mother Yashoda understood the whole philosophy of life, at the next moment, she was overwhelmed by affection for her son by the influence of Yogamaya. Unless she took care of her son Krishna, she thought, how could he be protected? She could not think otherwise, and thus she forgot all her philosophical speculations. This forgetfulness is described by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur as being inspired by the influence of Yogamaya. Materialistic persons are captivated by Mahamaya, whereas devotees, by the arrangement of the spiritual energy, are captivated by Yogamaya. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So here, Mother Yashoda, after seeing the universal form of Krishna, so last time I forgot to mention that Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments that Mother Yashoda saw the universal form not in the mouth but in the belly of Krishna. Right? Through the mouth she saw in the belly of Krishna. Right? So he quotes that. That's what Brahmaji mentions in 14th chapter, 10th canto, in his prayers and all. So like that. So this universal form actually is important and not important also. Lord Brahma, after every after one mantra, there is a partial pralaya and all that, you know. So sometimes Brahmaji, even though he studied Vedas 3 times, you know, he is described as Manishinaha. He is the most intelligent person in the whole universe. Still, he forgets how to create. Right? So this is our experience also. After Bhagavatam class, right? If we ask you somebody to recollect, only 40% or 30% we can recollect. After 1 week, हवा में उड़ जाता है, right? So क्या बोला? बहुत अच्छा लेक्चर दिया, प्रभु जी बहुत अच्छा लेक्चर दिया. क्या बोला? बहुत अच्छा लेक्चर, right? बहुत अच्छा, या बहुत अच्छा, क्या बोला बहुत अच्छा इतना completely, right? So Prabhupada writes, this is from second canto, second chapter, second verse. Prabhupada writes, it is the nature of all living entities, including Brahma, to forget. Our nature is forgetfulness, right? So that is why we should read Prabhupada books again and again, again and again, again and again, right? Pipata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam, you know, that first canto, third verse. What is that Rasamalayam? Alayam. So, Srila Prabhupada explains, Laya means liberation. Laya, you know, means liberation. Alaya means something which is beyond liberation. That is Krishna Prema. So Prabhupada says, we should read Bhagavatam. How long we should read Bhagavatam? Prabhupada says, we should read Bhagavatam till the time you get love of Krishna. That is the meaning of Pipata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. Right? So till the time we become, you know, qualified enough to see Krishna, Radha and Krishna, till that time we should read Prabhupada books again and again. So Prabhupada writes in the purport that Brahmaji has forgotten how to create, even though he has done it many times. Then he sat down and meditated on the universal form of the Lord. Then he regained again his remembrance. So Sukadeva Goswami says, I think in second canto Bhagavatam, he started narrating the various incarnations of Krishna. He, I think, narrated some 26. You know, this Dasavatara Stotra, it is nowhere, it is Dasavatar, you know, there are so many things. But this Dasavatar is nowhere mentioned in the scriptures. It is, of course, our Jayadeva Goswami wrote Dashavatara Stotra, but in first canto Bhagavatam, I think 27 or 28 incarnations are narrated. And then Sukadeva Goswami, some 25, 26, like that. So this Dasavatara Stotra, it's not that, you know, some people, they have this misinterpretation that, you know, first it started with fish, you know, first incarnation is fish. You know, you must have read some WhatsApp story, right? So but it's now, you know, we should refute that, you know. Then they have this conception, you know, this is how evolution has taken place. Anybody read this WhatsApp concoction? So, but actually, of course, they say that this Dashavatara Stotra is connected to this Navagrahas plus one, like. So, there is a understanding that by reading about one particular avatara, so whatever bad effects of these Navagrahas will go away. So that advantage is there, like that. So Sukadeva Goswami narrated first universal form of the Lord. You know, universal form of the Lord. So in that it is mentioned. So when karmis, when they perform karmakanda process, karmakanda, you know, rituals and all, always there is going to be a mistake. You know? So all the, you know, the priest should be pure, the, you know, the dravya, you know, whatever the ingredients, they should be pure, and the place should be pure. Deshkala Patra, so many things have to be taken care. If anything goes wrong, it doesn't give any result. You know? So by those people, it is recommended that if they meditate on universal form of the Lord, you know, universal form of the Lord, karma purti ho jayega, means the whatever that karma will be completed. The rituals will be completed. So that is the advantage of universal form, right? So that is why everybody, actually, Prabhupada writes that in second canto Bhagavatam, that those people who cannot accept the beautiful, you know, ecstatic form of Radha and Krishna, for them they should meditate on universal form. Right? So there is something called, ahangopasana. Jnana yajnena chapyanye yajante mam upashita ekatvena prutatvena bahuda vishwato mukham. This shloka is from where? Anybody knows? Bolo, Nalnikant? This shloka is from Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 15th verse. After Satatam Kirtayanto Mam, Yatanta Shuddhavata, Krishna, after describing who is a pure devotee, in 2 shlokas, Mahatmanas Mam Partha, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam, then Prabhupada says, he explains, for those non-devotees, pure devotees, those who are not pure devotees, this Jnana Yajnana Chapyanye Yajante Mam Upashita Ekatvena Prutatvena Bahuda Vishwato Mukham. Out of them, Ahangopasana, one of the, Ahangopasana means I am God, I am the one who created sun, I am the one who is ordering the sun to rise, I am the one who created this material world. Prabhupada writes, all nonsense. So once there was one Mataji, she was in San Francisco, so she was practicing this Ahangopasana. So, San Francisco weather and women, they are compared, they are same like that, they are very fickle, they say. In America, they say, weather and women, they are very fickle, like that. So, especially San Francisco weather. So, once Rasra Prabhu took me to Golden Gate Bridge, like that. So he was showing around, and suddenly I went in the summer, May. It became very cold. Then Rasra Prabhu said, you didn't bring your jacket? I said, no Prabhu, I thought when we left it was very hot, so I thought jacket is very heavy. He said, you fool, San Francisco weather, and he's like a woman, very fickle. When it will become cold, when it will become hot, you don't know. So that's why in San Francisco, all the time you have to carry a jacket. That is. And then in all the houses in the temples, everywhere they have a place where you can hang the jacket. That everywhere it is must in America. Like that. Anyway. So that lady, she went up. In front of her temple, there is a hill. So she went up, said, I am God. I am ordering the sun to rise. A whole day she was telling. I am ordering the sun to rise. But that day, it was so fickle that sun never rose that day. So she came down. Then she started having doubt whether she is God. Whether she is God. Like that. So she came down. At that time, devotees are distributing the pamphlets. Right? There, Prabhupada lectures and all. So she attended the lecture. So Prabhupada started. So she was sitting in front of Prabhupada. Prabhupada started that some people, they think that, I am God, they are ordering the sun to rise, but sun is not anybody's servant. When Krishna orders, then only he will rise. Like that. So she felt that Prabhupada was speaking to her. Any of you got this realization? You are sitting in somebody's class and the speaker, you are having some, mind is very disturbed and having so many doubts. And then you sit in the class and then the speaker is speaking. Anybody got that realization? They said, Are he is speaking. How does he know? Like that, we think like that. So, then she was shocked. Then she immediately surrendered to Prabhupada. First meeting itself, she surrendered to Prabhupada. Like that. So, this universal form is meant for those people who cannot, meditate on the beautiful form of Radha and Krishna. Right? So that is why when Ramananda Rai was asked by Mahaprabhu, what is the best of all meditations? Then Ramananda Rai replied, meditation on the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. That is the best. So if somebody cannot do that, like that. So that is why also, this will help. Of course, this universal form is also important in the sense that it will help to accept the supremacy of the Lord. Just like Arjuna, the entire Krishna conscious philosophy, we should never think that I am qualified to get anything in this, right? Even up to the extent that, one should not demand, I am collecting so much money, give me a Innova car, right? I will tell you, we are not qualified to get anything. Anything. This is what Prabhupada writes in 11th chapter Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna asked Krishna, please show me your universal form. Please show me your universal form. If you think I am qualified. Right? If you think I am qualified. Right? We should have that, humility. Not that, I am so and so, I should get Mahaprasad. Right? His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, whenever he comes, sometimes, he asked me, Ramrup, can I do Aarti? I said, Maharaj, why are you asking? He said, you just order me, can I do this? He asked, like that. So that is actually, it moves my heart. It is humility, not that, like that. So, Prabhupada writes in the purport that usually, all this universal form and all, cannot be seen by anybody unless there is a mercy of Krishna on him. That is why Arjuna was asking, if you think that I am qualified, please show me your universal form. Krishna is not an order supplier. You cannot order Krishna. He is completely, supremely autocratic. Supreme personality of Godhead. You just, he is not obliged. He is not obliged like that. So if you think that I am qualified, then you show me your universal form. Prabhupada writes that usually the devotees are not bothered about the godless display of opulences of the Lord. Godless display of the opulences of the Lord. Then he says that, but Arjuna was, because devotees are more interested in seeing the very sweet, ecstatic form of Sri Krishna, Shyam Sundar form of Krishna. They are not interested in seeing the opulence and all. So all the coward boyfriends, they never bothered that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and all that, right? So once when Krishna and Balram, they are small, they went to play with his friends, and usually what happens, especially son, mothers are very attached to their sons, their sons, and but the sons around 5 or 6 years old, they don't like mothers, means they don't like to spend so much time with the mother. So it's all about the friendship, friends. So that's why devotees in Vatsalya Rasa enjoyed Krishna's pastimes up to the age of 5 when he is in Kaumara. And 5 to 11 or 12, the coward boyfriends, they enjoyed Krishna's pastimes as a Pauganda age. Then after that, Kishora, the gopis, they have enjoyed. That is the gradation of Krishna's pastimes. Like that. So once, so the Krishna and Balram, they are very busy playing with the boyfriends. And they have bet, like goti, you know. So, Gilli Danda. You know, Krishna was playing football also, you know, with the amalaki fruit and all. You know, Krishna and Balaram, they are playing with football. Then, what is this hide and seek? Hindi में क्या बोलते हैं? हाँ? छुपा छुपी, हाँ, hide and seek, right? So like that. So they were playing, you know, all that, and then they have a bet. Something, you know, he has to bring some dabba makan or whatever, you know, or they have to carry each other and like that. So then, so Krishna Balaram, they were playing, and the Rohini Mata, she came. Said, Krishna Balaram, please come, you know, food is ready. You take lunch and all, like that. They were not. They didn't even hear her out. So Rukmini Devi told Yashoda that you have more love than me for Krishna Balaram. If you call, they will come. Then Krishna, so Ma Yashoda said, Nanda Maharaj is waiting for lunch. You know, please come and take lunch. You know, so I think every month they have some festival of doing Abhishek on Krishna's Janma Nakshatra. Yeah? Krishna's Janma Nakshatra, something like that. So you are, you know, taking bath and we have to do your Abhishek and all that. So come. So Krishna Balaram, they were ready to go. Then all the friends, they have threatened that if you leave now in the midst of such an interesting game where you are about to lose and, you know, give the bet, you are losing, you are going out. If you go, we will not allow you to play with us again. You know, that is the most devastating statement, you know, for a boy. You know, that friends will not allow you to, it's a big mess, you know. They will not, many people they say, अरे party में नहीं बुलाया, you know, बहुत तकलीफ होता है, you know. Right? So then when the boys have threatened like that, Krishna Balaram, they stayed back. Then Mother Yashoda became angry. You know, see what, you know, you are, तुमको माँ बाप कोई है ही नहीं क्या? You're भिखारी है. So how your boys, you know, your friends are dressed up nicely, then you are looking so dirty and all. You know? So that's what Krishna likes. You know, Krishna does not like to sit in the very purified and holy place of Yajnasthal. But he rolls in the cowshed of Nanda Maharaj, where there is a full of cow dung and urine. Right? So why does he do that? So he is thinking, everybody, the entire Bhagavatam, they are all talking about dust of lotus feet of Krishna, devotee of, you know, like Prahlad Maharaj and all, they say, you know, Mahi Yasham Yat Pada Rajobhishekam. You know, you get the, you know, Abhishek of, in the dust of lotus feet of pure devotee. You know, so that is what, so Krishna was thinking, it seems. Why they are always, you know, asking about dust of lotus feet of my pure devotee? So उसको बोलो ना, बात क्यों कर रहे हैं? Why, you know, so let me taste, you know, let me find out what is there, you know. So that is why Krishna was, rolling in the dust of Vrindavan, you know, dust of Vrindavan, like that. So that is, even Uddhava, Brahmaji, they were all actually desiring the dust of lotus feet of pure devotees of the Lord. Right? So that is why Krishna was rolling in the pastures of Nanda Maharaj, like that. So that is why devotees, they don't like to, you know, usually see the universal form of Krishna, especially those devotees who are having a relationship with, like Prabhupada says, Mathura is the perfect. Dwarka is more perfect. And Vrindavan is the most perfect. Right? So, like that. So, especially these devotees who are actually having a relationship with Krishna, they don't like to see the universal form of Krishna. So, because so their taste and their ecstasy is different. So, Prabhupada writes, why Arjuna was, wanting to see the form of universal form? Because Prabhupada writes that because many people, they claim that, I am God and this and that. So, first question, if somebody asks, any sadhu, Dadiwala, this Ananda, that Ananda, Vivekananda, Chinmananda, so many people, So, what is the litmus test? Right? What is the three test? 3-point formula is there. Right? So, one is, as soon as somebody says, I am God, you are God, and all that stuff. So, you should ask him, stand up and attention. Right? So, if his hands are not going below the knees, then means declare that you are not God, you are a dog. Right? Another question you should ask, in a body, how many souls are there? How many souls are there? If he says there is only one soul, he is an atheist. बहुत दाढ़ी वाला होगा. But if he says there is only one soul, he should say there are two souls. Right? Kshetrajna chapi bhutani sarva bhuteshu bharata. Right? Krishna says, I am also present. Idam shariram kaunteya kshetram ida abhidiyate. In the second verse, 13th chapter. Then he says, kshetrajna chapi bhutani sarva kshetreshu bharata. Right? I am also present. So that means in the body, there are two souls. And then third one is, show me your universal form. If you think that you are God, show me your universal form. Dr. N.D. Desai, Naji Prabhu, he was following Chinmananda Swami. And then he was coming to Prabhupada also. He was coming to Srila Prabhupada. So he was arguing with Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada, he went to his father's house. Then in the beginning, what I get is, Prabhupada said, become life member, this and that. Then Prabhupada said, don't feel shy at 2 times, while eating and while asking for donation. While eating, if you feel shy, you have to remain hungry, That is why it is said, eat for yourself, dress for others. Right? While dressing and all, you can ask somebody, is this okay or not? Like that. While eating, like that. Donation also, don't hesitate, Prabhupada bola, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा, ना बोलेगा. Right? ना बोलेगा. So, anyway, he had good relation. He was an MP at that time. So, Prabhupada, Naji was coming and all. So, Prabhupada one day he was fed up. Then he said, okay, if he thinks that Chinmayananda thinks that he is God. So, Krishna lifted Govardhan hill. Tell him to lift a table on his little finger. So, Naji Prabhu, he went and asked Chinmayananda. Founder Acharya of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada was saying that if you think that you are God, he is challenging you to lift the table on your little finger of the left hand. So Chinmayananda became very angry, it seems. What nonsense? He is crazy or what? Pagal hai kya? So Naji understood, Prabhu understood that he is not God. So he came and surrendered to Prabhupada. So like that. So Prabhupada saying that Arjuna asked Krishna to show the universal form so that he can, in future people will not like to pose themselves as God, like that. So, like in my last class, I have mentioned that Krishna showed universal form to six times in his incarnation, because Krishna is Vishwarup avatar. You know, Krishna is Vishwarup avatar. Means he is, he is not that, he is like Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkaro, right? So he is the first names of in the Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra, Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkaro, right? So there are you don't see any time any other incarnation showing Vishwarup, right? So Krishna says to Arjuna, this universal form that you are seeing, nobody has seen before. This is very special. This is very special. So that is complete Vishwarupa, like, right? Everything like that. And Prabhupada writes in the purport that actually till now nobody has seen except Arjuna. Now everybody was, all the devatas and all, they have assembled. Whenever any Krishna pastime, means continuously whenever Krishna was performing pastimes, continuously devatas are assembled in the sky. That was the feature, like that. So they were, so Prabhupada is writing, now all the demigods and all assembled in the sky, Gandharvas and Vidyadharas, they also saw. Right? They also saw. And even Sanjay also saw. Right? That's why he is saying, Tacha Samsmitya Rupam Ati Adbhutam Hare. Right? Vismayo me Maharajan. Right? Sakshat Yoga Yogeshwara Krishna, so Sakshat Bhagavata Swayam. So, like Arjuna, Sanjay was saying that by the mercy of Vyasadeva, I was also seeing this universal form, which I am not able to forget. And then he showed Vishwarupa in when Duryodhana wanted, actually, like many times I described this pastime. So when Duryodhana was inviting Krishna, for lunch, Krishna said, I am eating in Vidura's house only. Vidura's house only. Then later on Vidura says, Vasudev, I never thought you are so unintelligent. He was feeding Kela, and then he was accusing Krishna, I never thought you are so unintelligent, Keshav. So Mahatma, he used to call him Mahatma, Krishna is very fond of Vidura, right? So he was known as a pillow of Krishna, Takiya of Krishna, because whenever Krishna would come, he would keep his lotus feet in the lap of Vidura, and then Vidura would massage his lotus feet. Before leaving this universe, Krishna remembered Vidura. And when he heard that, Vidura, when he heard it, he became, completely ecstatic and started crying loudly. He said, what mercy, that, Krishna remembered me. Like, kya, like that. Krishna asked Vidura, why are you saying like that? Arey, I had some hope that, Duryodhana would listen to you. So by refusing to accede to his request, you spoiled the whole thing. Krishna said, Mahatma, I have done my duty. I will do my duty. Whether to accept my advice or not, it is up to him. Right? It is up to him. Like that. Then Duryodhana became very angry. He said, what does this Gvala, think of himself? Right? Think of himself. If he speaks anything nonsense tomorrow, I will arrest him. Duryodhana said, I will arrest him. Like that. Then, Bandi bana lunga. Bandi bana lunga. So Shakuni also was aghast, You're Murk. तुम भगवान कृष्ण को बंदी बनाओगे? Bhishmadev and all said, what nonsense, like that. There is one Sri Vaishnava who wrote one very beautiful poem saying that there are only two foolish people in the world. One was Ravanasur, another was Duryodhan. Ravanasur, even after seeing only one monkey burning the whole Lanka, still he went to fight with Rama. Duryodhan, even after seeing Arjuna single-handedly fighting, defeating Kauravas in Virata Yuddha, still he went to the war. Like that. Then Duryodhana, they all decided that tomorrow when Krishna enters the Sabha, Kuru Sabha, we will not get up to show respect. Like that. So Vidura said, Krishna is beyond all these things. Whether you show respect or don't show respect, he cares a damn. What do you think? Like that. Then when Krishna entered, even though Duryodhana was not willing to, they all decided, Karna, Dushta Chatushtayam, they all decided not to get up when Krishna comes. But as soon as Krishna entered, the entire Sabha, Bhishmadev, Dronacharya, including this rascal Duryodhan, Karna and all, they all got up, they're just like that. Then there is some discussion happened, and then at that time Krishna showed, Duryodhan wanted to arrest, bandi banana chahta tha. Krishna laughed. अरे तुम क्या मेरे को बंदी बनाओगे? तुमको इतना हिम्मत ताकत है तो बंदी बना के दिखाओ. They said, सैनिक, ये वाला को बंदी बना लो. They was aghast, Murk, what are you doing? Right? Shakuni also was chastising, but he was a murkha, asli mein. Then they all wanted to arrest Krishna. Then Krishna showed his Vishwarupa. Right? Krishna showed his Vishwarupa. Then at that time Duryodhan, Karna, everybody fainted, They could not see because they did not have the qualification to see the Vishwarupa. Then Vidura, Bhishma, Dronacharya, Krupacharya, and some of them Krishna showed the Vishwarupa. And they were all started, offering obeisances and all. Then there was some commotion, and then Dhritarashtra asked, Vidura, what is happening? What is happening? Then Vidura said, Vasudeva was showing his Vishwarup. Showing his Vishwarup. Said, then immediately prayed, I also want to see, I also want to see. Then Krishna bestowed vision to him to see his Vishwarup. Like that. Then he understood. He understood that Vasudeva is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then he offered obeisances. Then Krishna asked, if you want to keep your vision, you can keep it. I will grant you. Because he was a blind, born blind, like that. Then he said, I know, I never seen my sons, when they are alive. Now I know that they are going to die. So I don't want to see their dead bodies also. Let it be, So that is why he didn't accept the, vision back, like that. After the war was over, Bhishmadev's, everything was done. So Krishna was visiting. Krishna showed Vishwarupa to Akrura also. So that all of you know, Krishna book you can read. So there is one sage by name Udanka Muni. Udanka Muni. Including Gandhi, even modern people, not what to speak of Gandhi and all, all these modern scholars and philosophers and all, who blame Krishna that, he was instrumental in killing so many soldiers on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, right? So that time also, when he visited Udanka Muni, Krishna, he offered him obeisances and all. Then Krishna was sitting there very comfortably. Then Udanka Muni asked Krishna that, oh my dear Krishna, you are very, very great. I hope that by your efforts, the friendship has happened between Kurus and Pandus, and now they are very comfortably situated. Right? Ninda Garbha means, sarcastically he was telling Krishna. Then Krishna explained that, I have tried my best to patch up between them. I went even as a Shanti Duta. Right? So Sri Vaishnavas, they say, they do Vyangya, say that Krishna as Shanti Duta, he failed. He could not achieve anything. But Hanuman became very successful that he found Sita, then he burnt Lanka and cave. So that is Vyangya, means Bhava, like that. So he is saying like that. Then like this, so they all finished, all the Kurus were finished. Only Dharmaraj and 4 brothers are saved, and then from their side also everybody was dead. So they have this, kitna bhi tapasya karo, bodily concept of life nahi jata hai. Right? Right? So even Gandhari also, she was blaming Krishna that, because of you, all my sons are killed. If you wanted, you could have saved them. That is why I am cursing you, that, your Yaduvamsha will be destroyed. Right? When Krishna went to visit Dhritarashtra was, Krishna did not say in one word, that, all your sons have died, please accept my condolences, R.I.P., rest in peace. It's all, R.I.P. is no meaning, right? What, body, which has to rest in peace? Body or the soul? Huh? No meaning, R.I.P., rest in peace, like that. So, Dhritarashtra was very upset. Vasudev, I was hoping that, you would express your grief. Dukh vyakt karega. Krishna said, I don't believe in all this nonsense, formalities. Kud mar gaya, I came and tried to save them, but, they didn't listen to me. So, I don't believe in all these things. Then Gandhari said, Mata, what is the use of your useless curse? Already Durvas Muni cursed, that Yaduvamsha will be spoiled. So unnecessarily you wasted your tapasya, tapashakti, like that. So same this fellow, Udanka, also, he was very upset that, my dear Krishna, you are the Supreme Personality. If you wanted, you could have saved, all this, bloodbath. Because you did not try hard enough. Right? You did not try hard enough. So that is why, this bloodbath has taken place. So everybody was upset, because so many lakhs and lakhs of soldiers and all the, Kshatriya dynasty finished. That's why everybody was upset, now what will happen? Like that. So that is why Udanka Muni saying that, because you did not do this, I am going to curse you. What? He's going. So Krishna smiled and said, Maharshi, don't waste your alpa tapasya. Because with your alpa tapasya, you cannot, mera baak bhi, बाल भी बांका नहीं कर सकता, बाल भी बांका नहीं कर सकता है, right? Like that. So before cursing, you listen to me first. After that, if you want, you can waste your tapasya. Whatever brahmacharya shakti, whatever tapas shakti, it will be wasted, I am telling you. Then Krishna explained that, how I am the source of everything. This Chaturvarnyam, everything is coming from me. This Surya, Chandra and all, they are coming from me. Right? I am the source of everything. So Prabhupada always writes in his purports that a blade of grass also will not move without the sanction of Vishnu. Right? Like that. when after the Vanavas has started, when they were staying in Kamyavan, Krishna came to visit. Right? Krishna came to visit. So many people, they have this, misconceptions that Krishna put Pandavas into so much trouble. Right? But actually there is a, Vanavas Parva is Sadhana Parva of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Right? He has realized that when they were in Virat Parva, they were not able to identify themselves as Yudhishthira, Karna, Arjuna and all. That means they have realized, I am not this. And during Vanaparva, all these Vanavas and all, right? Nobody was with him. So, Aham and Mama, Ahankaram, Mamakaram, both of them he had given up. Then, anyway, I will tell you some. That's the entire class. So, Krishna was visiting, all the sages are visiting. All the sages are visiting, like that. So, Krishna came, then they are having discussion. Then, in between, so Arjuna asked, what should I do? Because Arjuna was lamenting and all. Arjuna asked, should I wait? Main intajar karu? No, Krishna said, no, not intajar, tum tayari karo. You prepare. Means, in the upcoming war, it will be useful. Then Draupadi said, Yudh to hoga na? Will the war will happen? Krishna said, मैं चाहता नहीं हूँ लेकिन युद्ध तो होगा क्योंकि whether war will happen or not, your Kuleva Bal only has decided. Right? Then Yudhishthira Maharaj asked, Keshav, if you don't want war, आप नहीं चाहते तो युद्ध कैसा होगा? Then Krishna said, what is this? This is the problem. Did I want Draupadi Vastraharan? Right? It happened. Like that. So Krishna explained everything. Like this happened, I tried, I am this, Krishna explained the whole thing. Then Udanka Muni said, yeah, please forgive me that I wanted to curse you and all that. Then Krishna said, okay, I am pleased with you, you want anything? Then he said, Udanka Muni said, please show me your universal form. Please show me your universal form. The same universal form that Krishna showed to Arjuna, showed it to Udanka Muni again. And then he became very ecstatic. Wow. Like that. Then Udanka Muni offered obeisances. Then Krishna said, you want anything else, you ask me. Said, my dear Keshav, I have seen your universal form. You blessed me so much that what do I want? Well, I just don't want anything. Yeah? I just don't want anything. Then Krishna said, okay, I am pleased with you. You seeing my universal form should not be wasted. You should get some blessing. So I am giving you blessing. Ask something. Said, my dear Lord, I am living in a Nirjala Pradesh. Means here water shortage is there. Said, okay, whenever you remember me, you will get rain. You will get rain. Like that. So one day there was no water. So Udanka Muni remembered Krishna. So meanwhile, one Antyajati fellow, Matanga, he came. He was surrounded by dogs. Then continuous waters are flowing from his body. Right? Then that man said, Udanka Muni, I know that you are feeling thirsty, then you are having shortage of water. Please drink water from my body. It's meant for this. Said, you rascal, you are a Antyajati, Panchamajati. I will become contaminated if I touch you and water coming from your body. Get lost. Like that he chastised him. Then that fellow disappeared. That fellow disappeared suddenly. Then this Udanka Muni was surprised. He said, what is happening? like that. Then again he remembered Krishna, then Krishna appeared. Yeah? He said, Udanka Muni, then he understood, my dear Lord, I have missed it. I think you are the one who arranged it. You know, that he said, what happened? So actually, it is not my mistake. I went and consulted with Indra. I told Indra, said, I am very pleased with this Udanka Muni because I showed him my universal form. So whenever he remembers me, you give him Amrit. Then Indra told me that human beings are not eligible to drink Amrit. Yeah? So, but Krishna said, Mera baat to rakho na. Indra, yesterday we were hearing, right? How Indra is so cruel, na? That is why don't worship demigods. Every year, the Brajavasis, they are worshipping Indra. 1 year they didn't worship. He wanted to kill all of them. Can you imagine? Then Krishna was telling, see, don't worship Indra. Whether you worship or not, Indra will give rains. Just like, Samundar and all, they are not worshipping Indra, but like that. So when it started raining, Krishna told, Nanda Maharaj, just see, because every year he is giving some rain. Because we didn't worship him, he is giving so much rain. Right? Nanda Maharaj said, Abhi, stop joking, do something. Right? Stop joking. Like that. So Indra, thoda ye hai. कृष्ण दे रहे मेरे बात रखो ना, मेरे बात का मान रखो, ऐसा बोलते हैं ना, मेरा बात का मान रखो. They said, okay. So Indra said, I have done like this, so आपका बात का मान रखा, वो नहीं लिया तो मेरा गलती नहीं है. Said, क्या, I missed out. Then Krishna said, okay, I am creating, I am blessing you. There is something called Udanka Meghas. Udanka Meghas. So on a particular Parvadin, it will rain. If you think, about me, like that. So Parikshit somebody asked, how is it that, he got so much mercy that Udanka Muni got, darshan of universal form, which, Mother Yashoda, Arjuna and all they got. So what is the secret? So the secret is, there is a long story, I will just mention, that he is a disciple of Gautam Muni. He was serving him for a long time. And one day he was carrying, a bundle of sticks for, yajna and all. They fell off. When he was again recollecting them, he found a big strand of white hair from his, like that. Then he started crying and crying. So he was crying so loudly that Gautam Muni heard his vilap. Then he told his daughter, Sitaram Prabhu, ruko, I am going to tell Prabhupada pastime. Abhi time hai. He wanted to hear some Prabhupada pastimes. So anyway, so Gautam Rishi told, collect the tears. The great people's tears should not fall on the earth. And then she collected the tears. They were so hot, she left them. They said, "Kyun ro rahe wo?" Bolte, "Mera baki God brothers, everybody, they finished their education, and they left. Now I became old because he didn't know how long he was serving. I didn't know, so I became old, and then I was stuck, carrying the sticks and cutting the grass, like that." So don't worry, I am giving you youth. I am blessing you that all knowledge you will have, because he was not studying only any Vedas and all. He was only doing Guru Sushrusha. Doing Guru Sushrusha. Like that. So the lesson is, if you do Guru Sushrusha, then you will get all the blessings. That's what Prabhupada writes in the purport, the mercy of the Lord. Like that. So he wanted me, I will tell some pastimes of Prabhupada. So Mahatma Prabhu, he was explaining his initiation time, that he was getting initiated with 3 devotees. One devotee, he was smoking. Another devotee, he was smoking LSD. One devotee was smoking cigarettes. Another devotee was smoking LSD. So that devotee came. One devotee's name was Babruvahan, another devotee. So he said, like the system, how many rounds you will chant? 16 rounds. What are the 4 regulative principles? No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. Then Prabhupada said, what about smoking? What about smoking? No problem, no, I will not smoke. Then this Babruvahan, he said, what are the 4 regulative principles, this and that? No smoking, this and that. Then Prabhupada asked him, what about LSD? So everyone was shocked. And then Prabhupada was imitating it since. What about? Like that. They said, okay, no Prabhupada, I will not. Like that. So our Navayogendra Swami, first time he met Prabhupada. So Prabhupada, amazing, So Prabhupada asked him, what is your name? So Navayogendra Maharaj said, Yogendra Kumar Sharma. Right? Yogendra Kumar Sharma. So Prabhupada said, now you no longer Yogendra Sharma, now onwards you are Navayogendra Das. So on the first meeting, no testing, no 1 year waiting, it's just on the spot initiation. Then Prabhupada, then he was saying that, in my childhood, the astrologer drew out my horoscope. Then he predicted that you are very, very fortunate that you will become very rich man. Prabhupada, I don't want any more all those riches. Then Prabhupada told him, your meeting me is your fortune, good fortune. Your meeting me is your good fortune. So actually, that is true, right? All of us, that's especially Esham Tvantagatam Papam, Jananam Punyakarmanam, Te Dvandva Mohanirmukta, Bhajante Mam, Dradavrata. So Prabhupada, somebody asked Prabhupada, we are all very, very sinful, backgrounds we came with so much, intoxication, vyabhichar and all that. How come we became devotees like that? What good fortune we had. Prabhupada said, you didn't have any good fortune, I have created your good fortune. I have created your good fortune. So, like that. Like other day Brajaprabhu was reading, the Shruti Rupa Mataji, she was telling that once Prabhupada, when he was in Vrindavan, he came to the kitchen. And Prabhupada said, I will cook. So he put something on the stove and then he raised the flame very high. Palika Mataji was there. She put it down. She reduced the flame because she thought that it will get burnt. So Prabhupada was speaking to Bhagatji. Like this, smiling and speaking in Hindi. So Prabhupada observed, then again he raised. Right? So again he started speaking. Palika Mataji again reduced the flame. Prabhupada was speaking, again he raised the flame. Like this 3 times it happened. Prabhupada said, these people, they don't know anything, don't mess up my food, cooking in the kitchen. And he chastised Palika Mataji. Prabhupada is very, Bhavananda Prabhu's wife, she was. Once Prabhupada was here, he was very sick. Our Harishori Prabhu told Palika Mataji, Prabhupada was there and then he saw Palika Mataji. Palika, hey, Palika, you are here? He said, please cook for me. He told her. So then Harishori Prabhu came and warned that Prabhupada is very sick, like this, diet and all that. Prabhupada never followed any diet. Right? In 1967, when Prabhupada went back, all this, Malti, Yamuna Mataji and all, they formed a committee, diet control committee. Right? And then they were giving him, boiled vegetables and all. So 1 or 2 days, Prabhupada, ate. And third day said, this food is not fit for human consumption. This is animal food, Animal. Let the diet committee go to hell. So, like Prabhupada took, one machine, coconut, grater. So Prabhupada told Upendra Prabhu, if you cook laddus and feed me, I will take you to Golok Vrindavan. And then it happened, Jayadvaita Maharaj, this pastime? Jayadvaita Maharaj was there, Australia, when he was leaving the body. And then everybody saw Prabhupada's cane was there with him, because Prabhupada's cane was there with Upendra Prabhu. Then he said, oh, Prabhupada, you came. Then, Prabhupada took him. Anyway, so he was giving, then Prabhupada told to Bhagatji that I can cook for 100 devotees in 45 minutes. Bhagatji said, it is impossible. I said, Prabhupada, then he said, no, I can cook, Prabhupada said. Maybe you can cook khichdi. No, full meal. Said, Prabhupada said, 1 lakh bet. Said, no. Whether I win or lose, you will only have money. So, no, because if I win also, you will say, Bhagwan ko donation de do. Right? Like another time, Prabhupada made a bet, in New Orleans or somewhere, New Panihati, like that. Prabhupada told, Hare Krishna and all, that, I can cook 12-course feast in 1 hour for 60 devotees. So Prabhupada put a clock, said, note down, stopwatch, said, start the time. Then within 60 minutes, he cooked 12-course feast for 60 people. Yeah? Like, so they are all very, very, kya ittam satam brahma sukhanubhutya, like that. What good fortune they have, what pious activities, what devotion they have done, that they could meet Prabhupada in person. And they were eating prasadam cooked by Srila Prabhupada. Gargamuni Prabhu and Brahmananda Prabhu, they were saying they would eat 50 samosas. Right? Brahmananda Prabhu was saying, first time when Srila Prabhupada cooked kachoris and fed them, then I still remember, it must have happened 15 years back. In Prabhupada quarters, I arranged a lecture for him. And he was speaking, and then he started crying loudly. I still cannot forget the nectarian taste of kachoris. Prabhupada, feeding with his own hands. Right? Like that. One very interesting thing, Mahatma Prabhu, he was a very big book distributor. So when, then he was also serving in the temple and all. So Prabhupada, he wrote a letter to Srila Prabhupada saying that, because whenever he was out on distributing books, he was remembering Krishna more. So whenever he would come back to the temple, he was saddled with so much management and all. Right? So he was not able to remember Krishna properly. Like that. Then he wrote a letter to Prabhupada saying that, should I do more service and remember Krishna less? Or should I do less service and remember Krishna more? Right? So Prabhupada wrote back, no, Prabhupada, we are actually spending so much money on mobile phones and bills and, trunk calls, previously trunk calls and all that. Prabhupada said, if you are using a phone, that means you are not a good manager. You're not a good manager. So Prabhupada would always write letters, and then so many devotees write letters to Prabhupada, asking doubts, and Prabhupada would immediately reply back, reply back. So Prabhupada immediately replied. He didn't, he said, it is, we can always, all of us, we can use this instruction. So Prabhupada wrote to him saying that if you are a temple, he is a temple president also, he said, if you go and pray to Krishna, my dear Krishna, these people have made me temple president, but I am not qualified to be temple president. Please give me ability to run this place so that all the devotees will be satisfied. So if you remain humble like this, then you will be able to remember Krishna more. Because Krishna is helping you now to run the temple. Then where is, so where is the question of, doing less service and doing more service and all? So this humility, you develop this humility, then you will be able to remember Krishna, so properly, like that. So Prabhupada, he said, if you want good health, cook with ghee. If you want good taste, cook with mustard oil. Right? So Prabhupada's sister, Pishima, so Shruti Rupa Mataji, she was saying that we all learned from Prabhupada and all, but the cooking that is to be done by Pishima Mataji, right? It is, we can't even come near, we can't touch like that. So Prabhupada used to relish, prasadam cooked by, Pishima, his sister. And then she won't listen to anybody. So she was coming and cooking for Prabhupada in mustard oil. Then Prabhupada is very fond of, especially bang and baja. I also like, cut the slices and then fry in this mustard oil. Wow, eat with rice. So once she cooked all this bang and baja, this and that, kachoris and all. So in Calcutta, Prabhupada had severe stomach pain. So Abhiram Prabhu, he was telling her, I think that kachori, coconut was not cooked properly. So having stomach pain. Then after some time again, Prabhupada never followed diet, because like that. So Prabhupada told, Shruti Rupa that, tell my sister not to use, mustard oil. So they will tell, because they are in awe of, Pishima, Prabhupada's sister, like that. So she won't listen. Then she would cook. Then Prabhupada would complain, tell her, not to enter my kitchen. But, she would enter anyway. She would enter anyway. Then she stopped using mustard oil, but she will take the mustard seeds and grind them and use that paste. So Prabhupada, what is she doing? Prabhupada like that. Then tell her not to enter the kitchen. So best, they used to, prepare fresh, all these masalas and all, fresh, Mataji, Palika Mataji and all. So she did not know English, Pishima Mataji. So she entered. Where is mustard? She said, no, no, no. Then, why? She said, Prabhupada, no, no, no. Right? So, then she entered and then took one seed and then crushed and then used it in the cooking. So, like this. Anyway, I can tell more, but tomorrow, right? Is the first? I'll tell more. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanande. Question?
Krishna. Guruji, this is online question. One devotee is asking, if Krishna would have wanted, he could have saved 5 sons of Draupadi Maharani. What is the reason behind it?
There is a 1-hour lecture on that. So there are some Gandharvas who were cursed. Then they said, even Abhimanyu also. I had a lot of, since my childhood, Abhimanyu was my hero. So I was always upset. Why Krishna did not save Abhimanyu? Like that. Then finally I got the answer. Abhimanyu was the son of Chandra. And then Chandra did not want to leave, his son. Then he was insisting, no, everybody was going, and then I also want to take part in Krishna's pastime. Then he said, okay, for 16 years. Then that's why Krishna had to send him back. That is like this. These 5 Pandavas, Draupadi's sons, they were cursed. That is why so many years, 16 years or whatever, they could remain that many years only. So that's why Krishna did not save them. This is given in Markandeya Purana, because Vaishampayana Muni had got this doubt. Vaishampayana Muni is also upset about it. So why Krishna did not save Draupadi's sons? Like that. See, this Ramayana and Mahabharata, बहुत ही दुखदायी है. So devotees get into character, they immerse themselves so much that they feel the pain. So many people, they have this problem, like I had this problem for a long time, like that. So many people, why Krishna did not save Draupadi's sons, like that. So the same problem our Vaishampayana Muni had. Then he approached Markandeya Muni. Markandeya Muni said, no, I am little busy now, you ask Jaimini Muni. Then Jaimini Muni explained the entire. So there are some questions are there. I can tell some of it. That why Draupadi had to marry 5 husbands, why Krishna did not save Draupadi's sons, like that. So this is there. Okay?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Tomorrow being Prabhupada's disappearance, so I requested Prabhuji that after the class or middle of the class, speak some pastimes of Srila Prabhupada. Actually, one of the reasons I joined the temple was Prabhupada Leela Amrit. Hearing it from Prabhupada disciples. But in my experience, now I am traveling to the east, south, and born and brought up in the west. You are one of the best speaker of Prabhupada pastimes in the current generation.
Thank you. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you very much. I feel devotees carry Krishna in heart, but you carry Prabhupada. That's very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.